All right. The next one that I have is a big one, kind of not too high caliber teams, and that's kind of the issue, right? It's that Tarleton State, an FCS opponent, it beat the Naval Academy at some football. Um, I don't know. I didn't watch the game live, but I did try to go back and watch the highlights, which I know only shows so much of the story. But I thought Tarleton State, it wasn't just like Navy's over here effing up. Tarleton State played a really good game in their own regard. So I want to give some respect out to Tarleton State. That's one of the universities I was looking at going to when I initially transferred. But Tarleton State put out a really solid performance. Kind of shocked me that they were able to beat a team like Navy, who I know that they're not the best of the military teams as of right now, probably, but they're still a FBS opponent and a very physical run team. So, what is your perspective on that?
It's just like I said, week one was week two now, but just difficult
Right.
to understand to get a grasp on things. Like I said, it's hard to just get the ball running, get the chemistry going. But I really didn't watch much of that
Hmm.
game, so we can go on to the next one.
Yeah. And in the highlights, they did mention that Tarleton State had played a game prior to that. I don't know if it was a week zero or if the FCS season maybe runs a little bit different for them. But Tarleton State had played a game
Yeah,
before that, so
FCS.
it
Yeah,
it could be the case. Yeah, it could be just be the case that they had a game that they were able to gel before that game came up, and they were more gelled than the Navy team was. That's 100% a possibility. I just thought that, especially when I went back and tried to look at the game, Tarleton State did play a really good game. It wasn't just like Navy was biting themselves in the butt or shooting themselves in the foot. But the next game, because I'll save my Duke recap for both weeks until later. USF over Boise State. Anything on that? Like I said, these are all
quarterback.
week one games that we're kind of going over here.
Quarterback reminds me of Cam Newton. He was just running everybody over. He's 6'6", 250, just big,
Hmm.
bulky dude. Yeah, I mean that's just that guy is just crazy. So
Yeah, that's one of the games I haven't gotten to yet. I need to watch it. But like USF's one of those teams you never hear about, really good or bad. I feel like they're kind of like Duke in that sense, but
mhm.
you know what I mean? Because you know, but uh, I do want to. There are some bigger games I do want to discuss real quick before we get to that Duke rant. So we can skip over Hawaii. I don't think that's a big deal. The one I wanted to discuss is the one that's taken the media by storm, and that's the Bama FSU game. Um, I didn't watch a lot of the game, but it looks like that quarterback transfer from Boston College, he's a dog. He was just making all the right plays out there. Got to see if Kalen DeBoer gets his team together for this week too. I don't know if they've played yet. They very could have possibly have, but I thought it was very interesting to see that quarterback play that to that caliber. Honestly.
Yeah, it's funny. He was playing good Boston College last year, and then he got benched. So he was the backup quarterback. But no, it's kind of like a foreshadowing moment. Last year, I watched Florida State play Boston College, and he actually beat Florida State at Tallahassee when he's playing Boston College. And the year later, he's on the team, and he helps them
Yeah.
out. But each team transferred, then he beats Alabama. I just think Bama just wasn't tough up front. It wasn't none X's and O's. It was more heart and mindset. So that's my take on that. They just
Yeah.
weren't there mentally.
Yeah, I saw Emmanuel Acho break down some of the plays where it just looked like some dudes were out there jogging, which is like you said, it's more of a heart thing than it is a talent or
X and O's. It was just heart.
yeah.
Yeah.